Hey everyone, it's Emily and welcome to my channel. Today I am building a Christmas apartment that's for two roommates, and it's just an apartment, but it's like decorated for Christmas. I don't know. You probably already know that based on the thumbnail and whatever I decide to title this video. Right now it is currently called Roomies Christmas Apartment, and I am definitely not going to have that as my video title, but I don't know what it is going to be right now. Also, I don't know what I'm saying. Um, I felt like doing an apartment build. Sometimes I do apartment builds because I feel like building something and I don't have a lot of time, so I just do an apartment. But this time I actually just genuinely wanted to build an apartment, so I did that. Also, I wanted to build something for like roommates. So originally I was going to build a small house, but then I was like, I'll just build an apartment and decorate it for Christmas because my house is already decorated for Christmas, and I'm just very much in the Christmas spirit. I built this a few days ago. It's currently November 29th when I'm doing this. This should go up like November 30th, so it's almost December. It's like more socially acceptable now, but it's after Thanksgiving. So if you're in the U.S., I feel like that's just like the universal like day to say it's okay to decorate for Christmas, or like if you're, I don't know, I feel like it's okay to start decorating for Christmas before that because for me, I like, well, I don't know, some people have different traditions, but like my family, we have like a fake tree, so I don't mind if we like set up our fake tree earlier. But I know like my boyfriend's family, they go and buy their like real tree the day after Thanksgiving. So like technically Black Friday, they like go out and buy their tree. But yeah, that was interesting. I went with them this year. I've never It's been so long since I bought a real Christmas tree. Like probably since I was like 6 or 7 maybe, because that was when we were in my old house, and I'm pretty sure, like, one year our tree, like, it died and it dropped a bunch of needles all over the floor, and oh, I know what it was. My parents told me, actually. It killed our vacuum, and that's why we got a fake tree, because our real tree, like, there were so many needles that fell off of it because it was just, like, not a good tree, and it was kind of dying, and, yeah, it broke our vacuum trying to, uh, like vacuum up all of the needles all over the floor. So they just started getting fake trees, and my parents are like older, so I'm pretty sure they just don't want to deal with a real tree, honestly. So that's that. Oh, also this table for movie hangout stuff is glitchy right now. I like Has anyone else noticed that? That's driving me crazy. That this table is like it like okay, I need to explain this. The table for movie hangout stuff that has like the little thing that, like, it's not a tablecloth, it's like it's a runner, that's what it's called, a runner that goes down the table. It won't change colors, like no matter what you do. Like you can click on the swatches, it doesn't work. Like the table doesn't change colors. It drives me crazy. I wanted to use it because I felt like that would be a fun table for some young adult roomies to have, and to have like a fun little runner on their table for like decoration, but it wouldn't let me, so I just used the table from Cats and Dogs because I think I haven't even used, well, now I have, but technically I built this before I built the other house that I used it in. So at this point that I built this, I hadn't used that table yet. So that was fun. But now I've used it in another house that's already on the channel. Whoops. Oh well, it's fine. But yeah. Oh, I also like using the rainbow lights from Parenthood that I've already put around the kitchen. I think that those are super fun for Christmas decorations. Definitely glad that those are in the game now. And if you don't have Parenthood, you definitely should get it because that's like my favorite game pack. I mentioned that in another video that like Parenthood is my favorite game pack, Cats and Dogs is my favorite expansion, and so if you're like looking for something to buy, or like you have extra Christmas money and you don't have either of those yet, you should definitely consider getting those, or like asking for them from someone for Christmas, because those are my two favorites. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. But ooh, what else? I feel like I wanted to talk about something today, but I can't remember. I'm probably not going to talk about this build at all because it's just like a fun little apartment. So that's that. Oh, I've used that little like thing from Vampires, the little radiator thing, like twice now. This is the second time, and it was very exciting because I felt like it just kind of fit it. It fits in really well in apartments, in my opinion. Not so much houses because I don't really build many like old houses. So I usually build like houses that would be, they're not like super, well, some houses I build are modern, but like other houses that I build are like, they're just kind of like newer family homes or something. So they're like more updated, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I liked using the little radiator thing in this apartment. And ooh, I also liked putting the little snowflake lights through the archway. That was pretty fun. I wish that those lights came in like a two strand or like a two like square version like the Parenthood ones do, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's my only complaint with those snowflake lights. But we did get those for free, so I feel like I can't really complain about them. But it's fine. It's all good. But that would have looked, it would just, I can't speak. It would have looked nicer to have them just go like across the thing, across the archway. I'm like motioning, but you can't see my hand, so you don't know what I'm pointing at on my screen. It's fine. I'm just gonna stop now. I'm gonna talk about something else. I ate some cake today after dinner. That's what I just did. I watched some YouTube and ate my chocolate cake. It was very good. It's the last piece of chocolate cake in existence in my house, so I'm kind of sad about it, but it's fine. Oh, also, I haven't mentioned like the people that I built this for. I'll talk about that after I talk about my cake, whatever. But yeah, the cake was really good. I made it for Thanksgiving. I think I mentioned it in another video, but if you haven't seen that, I made like a vegan chocolate pumpkin bundt cake because I'm vegan and there isn't any vegan food for me at Thanksgiving or like vegan desserts. So I made myself a cake and I brought that to Thanksgiving. And then I just had a sweet potato and like frozen vegetables, and all I really cared about was my cake. So that's fine. That says a lot about me as a person, but it's okay. Yeah, I had decorating this little table back here. I never use that red color of the tissue box. I always use more muted colors, but I was like, oh, it's like a Christmas tissue box, so I made it red. I don't know. That was just a random thing I thought about when I saw myself place that tissue box there. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, but going back to this is voiceover is like a mess. I'm very distracted right now. I think it's because I went to class today and it was just like very it was a pointless class, honestly. We took a makeup quiz and we did like we had our last lecture, but like the final in the class is optional, so I'm not going to take the final because I don't have time to study for it, and taking it wouldn't help my grade. So there's really no point in taking the final. And we did our last lecture today before our makeup quiz, and if you're not taking the final, the last lecture was pointless. We don't have any more homework due. The makeup quiz was on totally different things than this lecture, so it was just kind of a waste of time, but it's fine. But anyway, the Sims that I built this apartment for, I actually ended up making them, and you might see them in some of the screenshot video things at the end, because I made some of their friends, they were having a Christmas party or something. They were all kind of dressed festively. But yeah, it's two girls, and they both have dogs. Originally, I was thinking maybe they both have the same dog. I was thinking maybe they both have dachshunds or something, but then I remembered I wanted to make a family that was either had two dachshunds or two corgis or something like that. Just a family that's really into a certain breed of dog, and they have two or three of them, and it's a family with two kids and the parents, and then the two of the same dog, and they just still had their house is very themed around their dogs. They have a giant backyard for their dogs and that type of thing. So that was a family house that I was thinking about doing. So I just decided that these two gals just have some pups. I think one of them is a what was it? They're both smaller dogs, which I felt makes sense and is only fair for an apartment. I don't think that I would ever build an apartment with a sim that had a big dog, just because I don't think that's very realistic, and I feel if you have a big dog, you probably aren't living in an apartment, or you would have a lazier dog. I don't know. But yeah, so I one of the dogs is a mixed breed. Technically, it's a mixed breed, but honestly, it's just a Westie to me, a West Highland White Terrier. If you don't know what a Westie is, you can go look it up, I guess, if you are curious, and you'll see kind of what it looks like in the screenshot video things. But yeah, the Westie in the Cats and Dogs expansion looks god-awful. I have a Westie, and she looks nothing like that. I've had two Westies, and neither of them look anything like the ridiculous monstrosity that is in Cats and Dogs. It drives me crazy to see that Westie. It's not a Westie. It's trash. It's just garbage. I hate it so much. I want to do like I want to fix the Westie and like make it look like an actual Westie, but I don't know how. So I basically did like a mixed breed between a Westie and a Yorkie, and I just randomized it until it had like the Westie's like fur color, and then it basically took the Yorkie's head, and that looked more like an actual Westie. But in the game, it's still technically a mixed breed. You would have to like rename it if you wanted it to be like an actual Westie, which I didn't really care about because I was just using it for these screenshots, and I felt like a Westie in a sweater would be really cute because, well, I know it's really cute because I have one, and the one that I have now doesn't have a sweater, but our first one had a sweater, and she was very cute in her sweater, so I wanted to have my little sweater Westie running around my Christmas apartment. So that's what I did. And yeah, I'm just so bothered by the fact that the Westies are so awful. But it's okay. I will fix it one day, probably once I'm done with classes, because right now I pretty much like just keeping up with like builds and posting daily like I have been is like I don't have time for like playing around with the Westies right now. So I'm gonna work on that over the break when I have more free time. So yeah, that's the build is like over now, and I didn't say anything about it. Well, I said a few things, but it's fine. We're just putting some wreaths around the place. Ooh, that was fun to put it on the mirror like that. But yeah, now we're into the screenshot. So I hope you enjoyed this and are having a great day. Bye.